Welcome to Tier Fun. I'm Andrew, your guide through Modern, and today we have just passed through the doorway into the past, and we're playing an old deck. Man, that joke really cratered fast. All right. Anyways, this is a Blue Moon Emperion, a list that I am and was quite fond of. It's a list I've been thinking about. I mean, I feel like I say this every time. Something I've been thinking about, like X, Y, and Z. But it's true. 99% of the time, 100% of the time, whenever I say it, it's true. But this, basically, whenever I play a blue-red deck, I'm always in the back of my head thinking, would Madcap Experiment have been good this game? Should I have Madcap's Experiment package in my sideboard? And I just like going back and testing it, and I think it produces good games as well. One of the best things I like about this list over something like over the Kiki combo list, Twinless Exarch, Blue Moon Kiki, is that we can play a search for Escanta and have it search up our combo. Like this is a sorcery, and this finds instants and sorceries. It's also much more resilient to removal. Sure, this is a creature and an artifact, two things that are able to be interacted with pretty easily in Modern. But Blood Moon is really good at cutting off things like Terminate or Path to Exile, usually. In the 3-color decks. In a blue-white deck, they're going to be able to path this, and they're going to be able to counter this. So we're going to be leaning heavily on Keranos and sideboard for those strategies. But outside of straight blue-white control, I think this deck has a lot of good matchups, and Madcap Experiment Platinum Emperion has the added benefit of making us really, 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 really good. Well, maybe take 1.5 of those reallys off and say that amount of reallys in the burn matchup. It helps. It helps it out massively. Burn is outside of the combo-based blue-red decks, burn is usually just a bad matchup because their deck is so redundant. Sure, we can 1-for-1 them, but we don't have typically outside of Delver. Even Delver's got a bad matchup against burn. We don't have the clock enough to threaten them. Oop. That was not what I was looking for. I think I've already got... Oh, no, I don't. I exited out of it. Oh, let's go right in. So, yeah. Hoping to play against Tron. Like, that's another thing. Like, with the great performance of Tron last weekend, I've seen an uptick of it online. Bologna sandwiches. Look how close this... I mean, it's not that close. I didn't see the Platinum Emperion at first. So this is a mulligan, but I believe I would have kept it. Oh, no. Oh. Why me? What did we do, huh? Well, look how great this hand is. Keep it. I think when we're mulliganing to 5, we're going to look for things that are more high impact than just Lightning Bolt. So I'm going to bottom that. Though opting into it isn't bad. We're going to bottom it. Opponent said something, so we'll say back. Hello, GLHF, my good opponent. Oh, there's something stuck on my keyboard right now. It's not like in a bad way. It's just like a little tiny piece of paper. I got it. Look at that little bastard right there. Oh, Mishra's Bauble. We're playing against Lantern. Cryptic Command's great. We might not be playing against Lantern. It could be a Traverse Tarmogoyfe deck. But my money's on Lantern. Still could be Lantern. Seeming less likely, though. See if they just get an island here. Overgrown Tomb. Okay, Lantern. Okay, you got me, brud. Brud, that's a new word that you can use in conversations. Like, I'll use it in a sense. Like, what up, my brud? Brud, how you living? Remand? They took my remand. How am I supposed to cycle? We're just going to opt here. I'm assuming this is a... well, I think it's probably a Traverse list. now that I've seen the Overgrown Tomb. So I'm going to opt... Ooh, yes, please. How to get back into a game where you mulliganed into Affinity. Step 1. Draw your one of Search for Azcanta. Ooh, I'm feeling a whole lot better now. Heck of a draw there, deck. Pat yourself on the back. Brud, what a great draw. Double bobble. They're looking at my draw. Tempted. I'm always tempted when anyone bobbles me online. I just want to say, how good was it? Was it good? Goif. Okay, yeah, there it is. So this Goif is going to put a hella clock on us. So I'd love to draw Spell Snare. Turn too late. Yeah, we'll bin it. Cryptic. Well, I'd love to have had a land there. Let's see. I think we do opt here because holding up a Desolate Lighthouse does nothing, and we need to get a land. And there it is. Alright. So, this Tarmogoyf is going to clock us. If we draw Blood Moon into Madcap, though, we're going to be alright. Though, nah, I take that back. They have a swamp. If they didn't have a swamp, we'd be in business. I think we're just gonna lose this one. Yeah, can't do anything about that. The old Jund. The old Jundy Poo is what I was about to say, but that's... No one's ever said Jundy Poo. Maybe Frank Lepore is a Jundy Poo guy, but I'm not. We're not Jundy Poo guys here. That's gonna be the last you ever hear me say the word Jundy Poo. Oh! They almost didn't attack. It would have been nice for our opponent, but you know, who don't expect it. Click. I think we want to just bin this. Click is a good card, but if we bin Click, we get to flip our search, and we can maybe draw out of this. And then we have Cryptic Command online. I think that's where we want to be. Downside is we just grew the Goyf, but you know, what you gonna do, Space Cowboy? So end step. Well, we can see. We can bounce Liliana. Doesn't do much. I think we just have to activate search. We're pretty close to drawing dead here. Yeah, let's bin this bolt, I guess. Let's see what they do. If they play something really scary pre-combat, I might counter tap. I think ideally, could also just counter draw into what? We have other Cryptic Commands in the graveyard. It's still a 2-turn clock either way now that there's 2 of them. We can counter tap, and then it's 2 turns, but then we're essentially just trading this for an extra turn. Or we could activate search into Keranos and then draw. No, we can't draw into Keranos because it's a creature. Yeah, I think we're pretty dead here. We're going to just let... I guess we have to counter tap. Or counter draw. Yeah. I'm hemming and hawing over, like, probably a half of a 10th of a percentage point, whatever that is. 500? A fifth? 1? Yeah. Thoughtseize. Yeah. I mean, we're essentially straight up in concede mode here. We could draw another Cryptic here. There you are, you son of a bitch. But yeah, that's the game. Well, let's see what we would have drawn. Do I have to reveal? I might have to reveal after conceding with it on the stack. I'm not sure how that would work. but let's just see. 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah, we would have had absolute bupkis and no mana to cast said bupkis. So Jace, Architect of Thought is good. Pian Kirin is also good. Any card that is value. Snapcaster is good, but not quite good enough, I don't think. Grim is also in the same boat. If we can cut, if they don't get black, and they didn't see Blood Moon, so they might not, I think Electrolyze is kind of medium. Then I think Platinum Emperion's okay. It's close. I think I definitely want these two cards. And if I want to get rid of Madcap, I want to bring in the Young Pyromancers. And maybe that's just correct to just blue-red control them. I think Karanos is great. Honestly, I think Electrolyze is fine too. So maybe we want to remove one of each. I don't really love that though. Remand is so-so. So maybe we'll just take out 2 Remands. Cryptic Command also isn't the best. We're raising our curve quite a bit, so maybe we want to actually take out a Cryptic for Remand. I think I like that line of thought. The problem is Cryptic's really good. We're just gonna... I think I'm okay with raising my curve against a deck like Jund, where we kind of just want Haymakers. Yeah, this is great. We're gonna get Inquisitioned or Thought Seized. But if we don't, I mean, we do have double Blood Moon. Platinum Emperion, unfortunate, but I'll keep Blood Moon against this deck. Let's see where... Okay. Going for themselves. I like bobbling yourself, especially with fetch lands. Let's see, yeah, so they didn't like that card, so they're just fetching it away. Oh, interesting. Blue. I'm okay fetching Island here. This can get a Steam Vents if necessary, and there's no reason to take extra life. Stubborn Denial. Alright, so this is actually Death Shadow, which means these Blood Moons are going to be great. Okay. Land one time. I can't believe they Stubborn Denialed my opt. That's incredibly aggressive. It might end up working for him, though. It sucks that they drew Bloodstained Mire, because now they can fetch their swamp. I don't think this is a bad matchup, but this is not looking good. There's no reason to fetch. Yeah, they took the Blood Moon. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to wait to fetch. They're going to get Swamp. There's nothing we can do about that. But oh, bingo. Let's get Island, and then we're going to get Mountain here. And hope they don't have another Stubborn Denial. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers for me. Okay, sweet. So, Kolaghan's Command, etc. These Platinum Emperions aren't going to be great. But the thing is, the rest of their deck sucks right now, too. Let's just run it out there. We're not doing anything else. So they get our Snapcaster there. Unfortunate. But we get to crack in. And the great thing about Platinum Emperion and Blood Moon is that we'll eventually be able to cast this. If the game goes long enough. Guess we'll play that land. Just because, on the off chance that we get another, that we get another turn, or that this gets dealt with, I will want to have not skipped down on mana. Okay, so they get the block here, and if they have, that's a great draw too. So we're definitely attacking. If they have a way to deal themselves 2 damage and draw that one card, for some reason I cannot remember its name. Alright, this game's essentially locked up now. So that Stubborn Denial in the Opt, probably wanted to save that. If we were, they might have had a read that they could have mana screwed us. But okay, now that they've seen Madcap and we know what they're doing, does that change anything? We don't have much defense against Death Shadow. Remand, I think it's a lot better because they want to do their stuff early. And the Young Pyromancer is great at blocking infinitely. I don't know. I think I'd like forcing them to just have it. I think we're good. Let's just do it. Let's do this. Do the dang thing. Let's get a good hand. That's step 1. Keepable hand. Keepable, if not unexciting. Let's have our opponent mulligan to 4. They kept. So here's the rub. I think we do keep it. It's not great. But we have the lands and Cryptic Command. Cryptic Command's great. Bolt Snap Bolt could win us the game. Because now we know it's Death Shadow. Ooh, bobble bobble. What were they looking? To the top of my library? I'm sure they did mine in theirs. Okay, so opt. Let's just lead on Flooded Strand in the off chance we want to bolt something. I don't think we will be able to bolt anything, actually. So I think I'm just going to fetch an island. We really only need 1 red source in this deck. I'm going to fetch an island and opt. Looking for Blood Moon or something. Alright. Thoughtseize, sure. Hand is very redundant outside of this Cryptic Command. We have just, it could be anything. This could be anything. I haven't actually played against the Jund Death Shadow variant, or the 5-color Death Shadow, which is what this looks to be. So they can still get a swamp if they choose to, which I think they'd be crazy not to. So locked out of the game otherwise, almost. Alright, I'm just looking for a Blood Moon. Swamp. Ooh, ballsy. Play a 1/1 Death Shadow? No. I guess they're going to take one of my opts. Lightning Bolt. Well, they can't Stubborn Denial this time. Sure. It's actually a pretty decent draw. That's not the best draw. Well... Yeah. Ugh. This sucks, because I do want to fetch, because I don't want to mess up my scry. But I also want double blue. So we're going to shock here. Let's see our Visions first. Sequence this correctly. Snapcaster Mage is great. We don't need that. And I wish we could play another land and play this, but c'est la vie. We'll pass the turn. We're only going to opt. Yeah, we're going to let this resolve. They're going to take our search, but we don't want to give them access to our Snapcaster. And if they take our opt for some reason, that's fine too. Tarmogoyf is currently infinite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Death Shadow is currently just a 3/3. Okay, so Blood Moon isn't going to do it here. Snapcaster back a Lightning Bolt. I think I like that. Spell Snare. They can blow this out, but I'm going to take this opportunity to just go for it. Alright, sweet. Dealt with one Death Shadow. I feel like if they had a way, not being able to remember that dang card. Oh, that stinks. Not being able to remember. Ooh, okay, that's not so bad. So let's just pass here. Yeah, I think so. Cycle Pay 2 Life. Why can't I remember that card's name? It's like Street Wraith? Oh, Street Wraith. Yeah. This gets our Spell Snare, but that's it. So yeah, if they had a Street Wraith, they would have played it earlier. So it was kind of safe. I think we take this hit. It could be for 5, but it's not the worst. See if they get a red here. Sorry, for 6. But if they try to go for Team or Battle Rage, it's not going to end the way they want it to. Just 4, okay. Well, I think we go for it. Stubborn Denial? Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. So they have 1 card in hand. Let's say it's a fetch land. They can give themselves 7. Put them to 7. Or do we want to hold up a block? I guess if it's Team or Battle Rage, are we just dead anyways? Say it's Team or Battle Rage and they draw a land, we're dead. If it's Team or Battle Rage and we attack, we're dead. I think we hold off. And our game plan is going to be Street Wraith, okay. So we can draw another Madcap. Tarmogoyf. Oh, regretting going for that Madcap. Okay, so now we block here, take 12 next turn anyways. I think we still just block. Yeah, sure. Cards we scried to the bottom. Yeah, I think we don't want to fetch. Alright. We can opt into a 4-drop. I suppose we do that. Could be another Madcap experiment. Scalding Tarn. No reason to play it. We're just gonna, I guess on their upkeep, we're gonna tap them because we're dead to a Stubborn Denial as is. I think it's just best for us to just try to get one more turn rather than countering, because we're losing this game if this doesn't resolve anyways. We could also return and tap, but I think I like tap draw. There's a Madcap. If we just draw a remand, I like it. Let's see what we draw. Whoa! Boom. All right. So we just bought ourselves a lot of time. Unfortunately, we can't attack. Maelstrom Pulse kills us. Tarmogoyf. Sure. I think we... I think we let that resolve. No reason to really remand it. They're going to be able to play it next turn. Opt. We'll opt. Opt could get us into... Okay, we'll bottom that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Snapcaster. Platinum Emperion next turn. Sure. We could also Snap Cryptic. Snap's got a lot of goodies right now. Okay. We're not in a place... I think next turn we can attack. But we can't this turn. Fighting the good fight. Another Goyf. See, oh dang. So let's just Snap Cryptic next turn and win? I like that. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I think that's a decent line, right guys? Of course, we are dead. Well, we're not dead. Oh yeah, we can't do that. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because of Platinum Emperion, I'm used to playing with this with Blood Moon. We can't actually fetch. So Snap Cryptic does win the game, but we cannot actually do it. I think there was a spot for us to have actually fetched before we played Platinum Emperion. And we should have. Okay, that's fine too. Maybe we should be remanding here, but I don't want to remand anything that isn't game breaking. Karanos is a good draw. That's going to seal the game. Yep. Okay, if they have... we do have to tap out here, so if they have Kolaghan's Command, they win. We just have to... Oh, we just have to untap. Let me untap. Let me untap. Oh, crap. Don't get red. Don't get red. No! Karanos killed us. I guess we could have waited. GG's. What were we drawing? Serum Visions, draw that. Yeah. I just... maybe that was... Yeah, I guess with Remand in hand, knowing that we can only get got by red spells and they don't have red currently. Like, sure, Remand only buys us a turn. Yeah. That stinks. That stinks. Oh well. Get right back at it. Oh, we were so close. We were so close. I really thought we were gonna... When I saw that Karanos, I thought we were gonna pull it out. This hand's pretty great. We are on the draw, so we can't just Serum Visions. Ooh. Theros Mountain. Flameblade Adept. Uh-oh. Let's get ourselves an island and look for some lightning bolts. None of these are lightning bolts. They are all kind of good. Turn 2, we're going to remand. Turn 3, we're going to remand. Turn 4, we're going to cryptic. So, yeah, let's just... actually, I'm going to do this in a different order, because I'm going to try to do this in a different order. Because I'd rather protect the cryptic right now from a discard spell. Remand is going to be great against this deck. This is the Hollow One cycling deck. So they're going to Faithless Looting, hit me for 3. And as long as they don't play a Hollow One this turn, we're going to be fine. Wild Slash. I haven't seen that card in forever. One time, no Hollow One. One time. No Hollow One, one time. No Hollow One, one. Yes. Okay. No Hollow One still. Okay. We're still good. We're good. We're good. Remanding Hollow Ones isn't phenomenal, but it is something I will do. Just a cycle. So I guess we actually have to fade Hollow One a few more turns. Burning Inquiry. We know one of our cards is Cryptic Command, and we're not likely... I think this is okay. Yeah. So we got rid of Cryptic and Remand. That's insane. So they get to crack in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14. Wow, that's insane. Maybe I should have remanded that. They still do get to do it. How did I misrepresent that damage so poorly? So they only discarded 3 cards. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. I don't know what was wrong with my math there. But if they don't play anything here... Oh, definitely don't auto-yield to everything. I kind of thought they'd have a 1-drop. Yeah, we're in a rough spot now. So far, it looks like we're an entirely blue deck. So that's what I'm going to continue to show them. I think we can Serum Visions here. We're either going to... That doesn't do anything. Neither of these cards do anything currently. And we're playing Cryptic next turn, so... Oh, I think we can Serum Visions here because Snapcaster can't get anything. And if we can't Snap Block anyways. We're all 100% on the Remand plan here. Okay. What is this? Ooh. So are we still dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we're not. So this might be it might just be a mono red version of the discard deck. So, I mean, Blood Moon's definitely probably the worst draw we could have. Cryptic Command. That's all we got. Yeah, the difference between 2 and 1 is negligible. Can we Snapcaster anything? Remand. So I'm gonna fetch another island because we don't need a mountain. Okay. I think we're looking for 1 card and 1 card only. Actually, no. No, we're not. This has actually been really bad mana management. We were looking for Platinum. Oh, well, that'll do it. So yeah, we were dead anyways, but we were looking for Madcap Experiment. So I was valuing hidden information over ideal fetching, and I think that's incorrect. I think because they didn't see anything having to do with our combo, I think it's going to be good. So we're not going to get too crazy. I don't think they're going to have any delve spells. So this just gets rid of 1/2 of a Faithless Looting. Don't love that. Blood Moon is the worst. Let's just get that out. We want all of our removal. I think we even want... Well, I I assume they're gonna have Teamer Battle Rage because they're playing Wild Slash anyways. That's another ferocious spell. So we definitely need this. Thinking if blockers are going to be good. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're going to put in the old Grim. 8. Question is, do I want to bring this in for solely hollow ones? I don't think we do. I think we might want to be on the blocking plan. Remand doesn't seem phenomenal. Search seems slow. Cryptic also seems potentially slow. So maybe let's get rid of a search for a second Young Pyromancer. So we have, at minimum, ways to block their 1/1s, or their 1-drops. Yes, I'd love to play first. Well, if they don't have any ways to deal with artifacts, this hand is great. Otherwise, it's pretty bad. I think I'm gonna keep it though. I think this is gonna surprise them enough that we'll just win this game. And they don't have a 1-drop. All right, 1 turn closer to Madcap. Ooh, that's a great draw. Flame Blade resolves, and I'm gonna burn the crap out of it if they don't have Wild Slash. I'm gonna get another Steam Vents here. I think no reason to really wait. Yeah, this hand came together. That Grim was huge. I'm tempted to run out the Snapcaster. Let's just see what they do. Bolt, sure. Just as another threat. I don't think they're going to have a Shatter effect, and we're not dead next turn if for some reason this isn't good. Oh, another Snapcaster, okay. The reason I wanted to keep it was to Snapcast back Madcap Experiment. Excuse me. Boom! Sometimes getting absolutely demolished in game 1 means you get to demolish in game 2. This opponent had an absolute soul read on us. We get to just slam Keranos next turn. That seems great. Yeah. Alright, opponent demolished us game 1. We demolished them game 2. Because this isn't a necessarily... Like, I haven't seen a mono-red version of this deck, so I don't know how many artifact hate cards they're going to have. If they have 2 hollow ones, that's going to be good. We're still going to attack into it, though. Right. I always forget about that. I could opt. Nah, I think we're fine. I'm going to opt, snap, opt next turn, or on their turn. Just looking for untapped lands. It usually isn't an issue because we have Blood Moon. But post-board games, when we remove Blood Moon, I think I might want to actually go down on some fetches. Maybe like 7 instead of the 8 we're running now. Yeah, so they just don't have an answer. Okay, game 2, they're going to have to bring in some artifact hate, which makes me want to... Maybe Remand is just bad. I don't know. think just fading their artifact hate is fine too. Young Pyroman, I liked how we sideboarded. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 answers to Flameblade Adept. Question is, do we want P and Kieran? I think we're good. I think this is fine. We could swerve on him, but I don't think we have enough to bring in. Interesting. Yeah, we'll keep. We got a whole lot of spells to draw into. And this Madcap experiment is going to force them to have something. Play our good island first. Usually, let's organize this a little better. Usually I'm a little hesitant to run out. Whoa! Nice. That's actually really good with this deck. Kudos. Does it have Menace? Thank God. The discard is phenomenal. Oh, we get to just... Yeah. Do we just play this and take a hit for 4? Could be 8. No, I think that's too greedy. I did want to, but I just don't think we can afford to. Opt? Okay. I'm going to leave up... Well, no, I'm not. Let's let them deal with our Young Pyromancer. We have Snap Bolt for the next Blood Rage Brawler, etc. Yeah. Let's not just F6, even if we don't have anything. Okay. So it looks like their hand's full of answers, so I'm not expecting this Madcap to do anything. In fact, we're going to just try to dry out some more bolts. So at minimum, Madcap is going to... Well, never mind. It's going to create a token. It was going to create a token. Oh, kind of sucks. Alright, we still have Snapcaster. But we lost a couple of good cards. Oh, that stinks. I wonder what this is. Ooh, that's spicy. Sure. So I think our game plan here is to, well, that changes things. I was gonna say it's to tap bounce the hollow one. But they're empty-handed, so let's just jam. Let's not overthink it. Come on and slam and welcome to the jam. So they have to draw Artifact Hate now, and they've already used 2 Lightning Bolts. Sure. And now we have Cryptic Command up, so... Also, we can get another Platinum Emperion with Snapcaster. So I think we're sitting pretty. No reason to tap out. Just let them slowly die. We have this Lightning Bolt, so if this connects, I think we can just Bolt, Snap, Bolt. Bolt. The old tried and true Snapcaster Bolt. I'd like to choose. Magic is being a little laggy. What's up with that, Magic? Well, it sure feels good to win after losing. I do like playing against... Oh, they're bolting me. Or they bolted themselves. The honorable way. So they did have a Lightning Bolt. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, if they hadn't have shot off those early bolts, they would have been able to deal with our initial Platinum Emperion by blocking and double bolting, which is hilarious, 3-for-1. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But, you know, we had Snapcaster for the next the next Madcap experiment. So let's just get back in there. I hope we don't get a rematch, but yeah. So like, as you saw in against the Death Shadow list, if we had got down an early Blood Moon, we would have been, well, not necessarily A-okay, but it would have felt a whole lot better. You know, maybe I should be bringing in Dispels against that deck. Probably Dispel over some Cryptics or Remand. Probably Dispel over Remand. Yeah, if we play that deck again, I will definitely bring that in. I think that was a misboarding. But Terminate is rough, especially when you have a black source. But them's the breaks. Look at this glorious hand. Let's just moment of silence for this hand. Why do you need lands? Why do you need mana to cast spells? If we didn't need mana to cast spells, I can't think of a better hand. I mean, I guess I could just Emrakul. Put an Emrakul in your hand. That's a better hand. We got a mulligan. Interactive spell, 4 land, Scry. Sure. Bottom that. Keranos is great if it's a Keranos matchup. And if it's not a Keranos matchup, a Braid will help us survive. Looks like... Okay. Judging solely off this Ixalan land, I'm going to say this is Storm. In which case I will be... I can't tell you how many times I've drawn that damn thing. I think I've drawn almost as many Emperions as I have Madcap experiments. I know that's not true, but that's how it feels. Every time you draw one, you just feel like you're death. The bottom card's a Tarn. I don't want to shuffle it back in, especially with our hand like this. Okay. Okay. Play Island here. So this could also be that, well, this is an opt. I was about to say this could also be that new hotness, Living End, Blue Living End, which is a deck I've been wanting to play, but I just haven't gotten around to it. This deck is going to be quite good against us, without backup for this Madcap, because they have a whole lot of counter spells. So once again, this is probably just fetching an island, so I'm just gonna not fetch. And there's the island. Play Steam Vents tapped here. So we need to try to create a situation where we can play this Madcap experiment. And I don't know if we're going to be able to. Like, if Keranos had Flash, yeah, for sure we could. Interesting. Okay. Well, we could jam here. They have cycled twice, Serum Visions and opted. And I just don't think that's gonna resolve. So I don't think there's any reason to play it. I'm looking for a spell I can fire off on their turn. Okay. So they have an Ancestral Vision going. 4 more turns from now. We're just going to get out that Steam Fence. We're shuffling that Tarn back in, but... Them's the breaks. They could think we're Storm. Okay, Snapcaster's good. It might have been correct here. I didn't think about it all that much. Ancestral Vision down to 3. To just jam Keranos to draw out a counterspell. I think I'm just jamming this Snapcaster Mage. I hope it gets a counter. And I hope we draw into like a remand. Okay, we're gonna fetch. We also can abrade our own Snapcaster Mage to get it into the graveyard. Ooh, that's good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The thing is, I think Keranos is going to be important for us to win the game, so I also don't want to get it countered. Because we're not going to be able to attack through their living-ended creatures. On top of it all, they can just wipe away our first Emperion. Yeah, let that cycle. Take down to 2. Would like to have something good going before that dies. Striped River Winder, sure. So I'm expecting them to tap out for an As Foretold. No? Okay. We'll just keep going. Opt is fine. I'm going to want to jam my hand after the opponent makes the first move. So maybe I should have opted for a land drop. That could have been correct. The opponent's going to want to make their move after Ancestral Visions resolves. We'll fetch here. Island, opt. Remand is good. Serum Visions. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can actually not Serum Visions and hold up Remand Cryptic Command, and I think that's what we want to do. For this, we want to remand the Ancestral Visions and Cryptic Command anything else? Question mark. We can also, interestingly enough, just discard this Platinum Emperion, which might be my play next turn, depending on what happens. So yeah, with that in mind, we are definitely not Serum Visionsing, but we also do want to remand this draw 3. It's going to force some action, which I'm looking forward to. Now they do have As Foretold to just cast this for free, so remanding it isn't as good as it usually is. So they might not even fight over that, but I think it's worth going for. Okay, so they have their spell. Cryptic. Okay. So maybe I should have actually led with Cryptic and then remanded my own Cryptic? Maybe. So I can counter Bounce the Snapcaster, but it's not doing much. I think I'm good with just counter draw. So let's go with countering the Ancestral Vision. Or we can counter their Cryptic Command. I don't want to give them Ancestral Vision, so let's counter it. Okay. So they remanded my Cryptic Command, which I'm much happier with. They get to draw 3, which I'm not happy with, but sometimes them's the breaks. We also did tap out, which is kind of good. We wanted to do that organically to make them want to cast their Living End, if at all possible. And this gives us a window to play Keranos here. And they used a cryptic, which is great. Interesting. I don't think they can go for it this turn. I guess they're just cycling to cycle. Discard 2 more cards. Or sorry, discard 1 card. Island, interesting. Land? Land is good. That's not the best. So we get to jam this. Attack for 2. Oh, shit. Okay, I think I did it in time. I forgot about Serum Visions. We don't have a 1 mana spell. That's really bad. I'm assuming they're going to go for it next turn anyways. If they don't have it next turn, Remand is pretty good. But I think we're just going to bottom it. Looking for burn at this point. We could have topped it knowing it was going to be a bolt. Maybe that was the play. Yeah, I think that probably was the play. Bunt counter 1. So here's the As Foretold. Next up is Living End. They get a giant field. So we are, I guess we're dead. Oh, Madcap Experiment Dedoy. Architect's Will makes it so I'm sure they're just putting lands to the top. Top. So if we have 2 lands, we do not get to draw anything relevant. Let's see though. Yep. Draw a card. Opt. So play this. Play Madcap Experiment. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then we have just Remand up. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. But that's our line. Wow, it might be. So yeah, they probably have Mana Leak or Logic Knot into a Cryptic Command. Oh, they just have Cryptic Command? Well. This resolves, that's great. They probably have another Cryptic Command though. Yep. Well, let's see if we're dead. They tap 4 mana, we're dead. They don't tap 4 mana, we got a chance. Draw 3. Well, they're pretty favored to have a Cryptic Command, I think, after that. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. We remanded the Cryptic Command. So, yeah, they're just going to bounce it. I don't think there was a way out of this one. Let's see if we can't draw Force of Will. Ooh, that would have been good. So that was our next draw. We shall concede. Living End, Sorcery. Okay. This is going to be a rough one because they have tons of interaction for us. And because we're playing Madcap Experiment, we can't play stuff like Engineered Explosives. So we need all of our permission. Is Jace any good? I think we need Disdainful Stroke. Grim is okay. I don't think they can go off all that as soon as the other Living End deck. Electrolyze is bad. Abrade is bad. Blood Moon is bad. Spell Snare is good. I think Search is fine. I think all these cards seem fine. which means we still, if we want to bring in all of these, we still need to get rid of 2. Grim is, I guess, the most medium. I like it because it's a 1-drop that we can get down early and pester our opponent's life total. Lightning Bolt's good enough. Bolt Snap Bolt. Maybe just 1 Young Pyromancer. I think I do want all 3 of them. So what do we take out? A Cryptic? Cryptic is kind of clunky. I think I'm okay with that. When I assume they have Dispels. When another deck has access to Dispel, Cryptic is... Oh, this is so close. If we had 2 lands, I keep this. Opponent kept 7, though. Boy. Oh, well, we don't know. Yeah, we'll keep that. And... Sure, I think that's better than a random card. So they have a whole lot of answers to this, but it could potentially be our best thing to do. So let's fetch Island here. There is a school of thought that says we should sideboard that out because there's so much permission. I just like having more powerful things to do against a deck like this. We'll bottom that and top this and play a mountain. Would have been great if we had drew into an island. I'm definitely jamming Search for Ascanta. It's just something they have to deal with. Reasons not. Well, maybe we don't jam it because they then. Well, it's close, right? Because we're shields down on Remand for 1 turn, but I think we still do it. This seems like an incredibly bad matchup, though. Worst of the night. Okay, so they have 3 medium cycling cards in the graveyard. This deck is pretty legit. I have been a fan of it. Oh, here it comes. Yeah. Could have remanded it. Okay, it looks like they don't have it, though. It's always good. So we can remand the next thing. Spell Snare. I think we're looking for a land next turn. We did bottom that, correct? Yep. What you gonna do, Moto? Anything that isn't a land goes in this here graveyard. And hopefully they just don't have their cryptics. That's where we're at. They could next turn draw into the Living End, or they were just waiting to get a bigger one. Okay, let this resolve. But opt, yes. Land. It's not a land. Alright, well, there's nothing we can do about a resolved Living End this next turn. God, we really needed a land there. The deck just did not come through. Cycling. Opt. Dispel. No, we're not dispelling. I do want to remand because I would love to cycle. Would love to cycle this. Kind of like what they're doing, but, you know. Better. It's not better. This is Can't interact with that. It's too good. Oh, if only we had that Ravenous Trap. Maybe we should have brought it in just in case, but they don't typically go, like, get more than 3 in their graveyard at a time. Well, they still don't have it. Opponent, please let this resolve. It's so horrendous. It's so... Oh. We do have to, though. We need lands. There we go. They have Dispel up, but can't dispel Madcap. I'm sure they're just going to Cryptic Bounce this or Living End it, but like Remand doesn't stop Living End because As Foretold lets you just cast it. Dispel doesn't stop Living End because it's a sorcery, and Spell Snare also does not stop Living End. The only thing we can do here is just kind of hope they don't have Cryptic or Living End. But it looks like they do. Like, we could keep mana up and make the game go longer. There's a Living End. Okay. So yeah, we're pretty dead. This is the nightmare matchup. I think we're all right against Death Shadow variants. I think we're all right against pretty much every deck. Blue-white control's rough, and this deck is rough. I was kind of hoping to dodge it, but alas. This is my first time playing against it with this version of the deck, and I think in the future I will be sideboarding out the combo, at least the Madcap experiments. No, I'll be siding out the combo and just try to be a blue-red control list against them. And because of the... I mean, I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's a single card that gets us out of this. 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 27 damage next turn. Need a Cryptic Command. And we sideboard it. Yes, I'll put that in the graveyard. Yes, I'll transform Search Risk, can't I? Opt. Well, we can opt into a Cryptic Command. But that's really just buying... There it is. It's really just buying us a turn. F6. I suppose we'll do it on their upkeep. Just so we know. Dollars to donuts. I mean, there's no way on God's green earth they don't have a counter here. We'll let them attack, though. Yep. Oh... Unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I'd much rather play against original Living End than blue Living End, because blue Living End gets to fight on our axis, which is counters, gets to deal with Platinum Emperions with Cryptic Command or counters, and then it also has Living End stuff. Like, it's if that deck sees a rise in popularity, and I think it has. Obviously, it has recently, but even if it sees a bigger uptick, this deck becomes very, very hard to play in a meta like that. I think we're looking at something like we probably just need to jam the Ravenous Traps. This boom, boom, boom. These cards minus Anger. Take away Blood Moon, a Braid, and that. I think this is if you play against the blue Living End deck, I think this is our best shot with the deck as currently constructed. And this is basically kind of what we want to sideboard into in most matchups. Game 2, if we use the combo, you know, would probably those two spots are the flex spots. Like if it's a creature based aggro deck, we probably just bring in these two and a Braid. Maybe go down on Remands. If it's like any deck that is weak to Blood Moon, obviously we're not ever sideboarding out Blood Moon. Ceremonious Rejection. For Tron variants, take out the Dispels. Like we have game plans for everything that don't involve this. And you know, I think my biggest mistake tonight was actually leaning a bit too heavy on this in post-board games, especially after they've seen it. The real power of Madcap Experiment is against decks where Blood Moon, wherever they went, Blood Moon stops their ability to remove Platinum Emperion. And against like Burn or anything. Like Burn, you'd think like, well, they can sideboard into Path, but 99% of the time Burn does not play a basic Plains. So you keep Blood Moon in against them, which, you know, isn't the best, but it essentially will cut off all of their non-red spells, which can strand them with a whole lot of stuff. Let's get this back to where it was. So yeah, like, sure, we didn't like absolutely dominate tonight, but I like this deck. Ooh, what card? Oh yeah, Electrolyze. And I do think it is very much playable and quite good. In the right metagame. What was the card? A Braid. There you are. A Braid is main deck because I want another way to deal with Storm's cost reducers. Right now we have 4, 5, 6 if you count Spell Snare, 7. And I like having 7. It's a good solid number. Obviously I prefer to have like 10, so you almost always, so you're favored to draw it essentially in your opening hand. But I just don't think there's enough playable, like we could jam up, we could actually play 2 of Braid's main deck, or a Braid and like a Harvest Pyre or something like that. But I don't know. I think this is acceptable. The Keranos was always great. I did want to have it. That was one of the cards I was testing on main deck. It could just as easily be Jace there instead of Keranos. But the reason I like Keranos is that it's castable under Blood Moon, obviously. Well, I mean, our whole deck is. And it's another way to win the game under Blood Moon if we have locked our opponent out. Like Madcap and Platinum, like we essentially have, well, we have 5 ways to end the game cleanly. We can do it dirty with Snapcaster Bolts and Electrolyze and Click Beats. But, yeah. Anyways, that's Blue Moon Emperion. It might also be that we want more Grim Lava Mancers in the man. I don't know. There's a whole lot of ways we can go with it. I think this list, I think it's still good. Twinless Exarch is obviously still good. There's kind of like a not metaphorical, like a philosophical divide over which deck you should play or which deck you think is better. I think it really comes down to preference. And if you want to play a Search main deck. If you don't want to play Search, you can play this deck without Search too. Like it doesn't cut much. I like it because it can find Madcap. If Search could find Keranos, I'd be like so much more excited. That's the one upside to running Jace, is that Search can find Jace. But yeah, that is my Blue Moon Emperion deck. Game against everyone. When the combo's great, it's phenomenal and it will win you games. But you know, you can interact with it. So it's not just like Splinter Twin, where if you resolve a Madcap, you're gonna win. You still got to do some legwork afterwards, and that's why we have Keranos here. It could be that maybe because the combo isn't the end all, we should maybe not be playing Remands, and we should be playing like Mana Leaks and Mana Leaks or Logic Knots, or even like Spell Pierce. I'm a pretty big fan of Spell Pierce, and I think it is underplayed. Even in a deck like this that wants to go long, it's a great tool to get you to that long game, and that's kind of all you're looking for. So those are cards to consider. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the list as is. it's just, you know, sometimes you're the buggy, sometimes you're the horse, and I don't actually think that that metaphor makes sense. But, you know, just choose whichever one, buggy or horse, whichever one's good, whichever one's bad. I'm not actually sure. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Sorry this video was a little late today. I got pretty busy, but I hope it finds you in an enjoyable manner that was also butchered. I think it's good to start on a butchered joke and end on a butchered joke. So we're gonna end on that one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are having a blast. We're gonna have one more video this week tomorrow, so be on the lookout. Next week and the week after, I think, travel depending, I'm gonna be releasing at least we're gonna have 3 videos a week for you guys. We might have more. We might just have 3. It's just going to depend on what my travel schedule is like. I haven't been able to record in advance because I've been quite busy this week. But hopefully I'll be able to get some advanced recordings in tomorrow. And then I'll be able to record some at my brother's place. Not 100% if I will be able to, but we should. The game plan is to have enough videos that you guys at least have 3 videos a week until I return. So that's the game plan, and we will at least have that. I can promise you guys that. So, yep, hopefully we have more, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As always, thank you guys so much. Shout out to all the new subs. I believe we bumped it over to 200 the other day. I wasn't really paying attention to it. So I think maybe I might have mentioned it. I don't really remember. This whole week's been a blur. But shout out to everyone for the support. Shout out to everyone in the comments. Shout out to the subs. Shout out to the old subs. Shout out to the new subs. Shout out to the future subs out there. Thank you guys so much. It's been mind-blowing, really, the support that you guys have. And I'm just really happy that you guys are enjoying it and that I'm able to provide what tiny service of entertainment that I can. It means a lot, and just thank you guys. Thanks a lot. And we got big things coming on the horizon, so be on the lookout. We are definitely not stopping here. So, yeah, welcome to Tier Fun, I say, and enjoy the ride. It's going to be awesome. So, thanks again to everyone out there, and I will leave you with that weird move. Bye, everyone. Bye.